This is a video clip from my Master Ableton Live 12 video course, which is on sale at the moment for 25% off until the 1st of May 2025. Link is down in the description. We have multiple sales throughout the year, so if you're watching this after the 1st of May, then still check out the link in the description because it could be on sale right now. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. Now that we know how to put notes into our clip, it can be difficult to work out where to begin, what to write. It will depend on the genre quite a lot, which part you start with, and also just your personal preference. You'll learn over time, whether it's with the drums or you start with the bass line or the chords. What we're going to do is we're going to start by focusing on creating some chords. And a chord is just simply where you play more than one note at the same time on a melodic instrument like our piano. Those are chords, for example, that I played in on my MIDI keyboard there. In order to create some chords, there is a pretty easy pattern to follow when we are in our scale mode here. What we're going to be creating here is a very basic triad chord. The triad chord contains 3 notes. The first note is the one we've placed here. And from this first note, what you're going to do is you're going to miss out the next note above it in the scale. It's very important that you do this within this scale, as I mentioned before, but you miss out the second note and you place a note into that 3rd slot there. So first note, miss a note, next note. And we just do the same again. Miss the next note, add a note in. Let me just get rid of those notes for now and extend this chord out just by selecting a box around it and then dragging the end out. And that's it. We've created a very basic triad chord within the scale of D minor. The reason why it's very important to do this within the scale, if we turn the scale full to scale off, you see that the notes aren't one gap apart. There are actually 2 notes in between the first note here and the note above, and there are 3 notes in between that second note and the top note of our chord there. And this is just because it's all based on the notes in the scale. Back into our scale, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit the duplicate button up here. I'm going to do this twice so that we get 4 chords, and each of the chords is a bar in length. We can now select the second chord by dragging a box from top to bottom like so. And once we've got it selected, we can just move it up and down with the arrow keys. And I'm just restarting my clip by pressing spacebar here. Grab the 3rd chord. And as you can hear, we can create chord sequences using our scale. It doesn't take a lot of effort. As long as we make sure we pick a scale to begin with, we make sure our fold to scale is turned on. Just having that pattern of one note, miss a note, another note, miss a note, the final note will give you these basic triad chords. Now from this point, really, you can do whatever you want. You can change the notes, you can move each one of these notes up or down, and you will start to create more interesting chords with a bit more character. Like if we move this note down, for example, here it's a lot more tense compared to, same if we go up. And we can also add extra notes in too. So I'll put another one on the top doing the same pattern, and we'll end up with something called a 7th chord. It's very similar to our triad chord, but it has this extra note, which is the 7th note within that scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if we play it, it creates this really nice jazzy chord. It adds a little bit of dissonance, but very lush sounding chords. Let's do the same with our second chord here. our third, just double clicking and then dragging the end of the note out. And if you don't like a note, like that note to me sounded a little bit off, so I've just moved it down to the note below so it sounds a bit more interesting. As I said, you can go wild, you can move the notes around wherever you want them to be, but having this basic starting chord sequence will really help you out in the long run.